How to manage your lost career, preparing for the interview. Hello and welcome to part 3 of this 6-part e-course, How to Manage Your Lost Career, Coaching for Career Planning and Management. Hi, I'm Selina Stone, a Master Life Coach and Casting Director, here to guide you through this series. Now, you can download a written copy of this course at selinastone.com under the heading e-courses. So, now that your CV has done its job, it's time to start preparing for the interview. Let's look at the different ways you can go about it and be ready for anything that the interviewer throws at you. Many people believe that the interview is the hardest part of getting a job, but I actually believe it is getting the interview that is the toughest. After all, when someone is going through your CV, you are not there to provide help. If the reviewer has any questions, they merely make their minds up based on what you have presented there. You should give yourself a huge pat on the back. You made it through to step 2, the interview. A lot of different avenues are to be taken care of while preparing for an interview, like a recent assessment of skills, interests, values and accomplishments. Research on the targeted company, organisation and position can act as an added advantage. Go over some typical and expected interview questions besides. Make sure you are equipped with details regarding the dress and appearance, knowledge of the location of the interview, what to expect and protocols for follow-up. Being prepared shows that you are all equipped for the job, and qualities like initiative, proactiveness and enterprising nature come through, making an impact. An interview is an opportunity to build up a mental picture in the minds of the interviewer and give them a peek into what you can do in the future. With some careful planning and preparation, the job will be as good as yours. Remember that the company has gone to a lot of time and effort and expense to get you where you are at in the selection process. Now, they would probably have paid for a job advertisement, hired a recruitment company, spent time and effort producing a detailed job description, spent time and effort producing a personal specification, spent time and effort in planning out start dates and contracts. They would have also have spent time and effort in planning out an induction program for when you start. The company has done its part of the task and they expect you to be well equipped and prepared too. The cost of getting it a wrong fit goes way beyond the financial implications of recruitment and selection, so they will be very cautious. So, how to prepare a career statement. During an interview, the interviewer asks casual questions to know more about your basic nature and attitude. They typically ask open-ended questions like, tell me about yourself. What kind of a manager are you? And what are your strengths? Now, whilst these questions on the outset seem to be asking for a certain type of specific answer, all of these 3 questions give you the opportunity to tell the interviewer almost anything, even something that you have prepared beforehand, like a career statement. A career statement is a brief 20-second piece that highlights some of your most powerful and beneficial skills, behaviours, knowledge and experience. Following are a few examples. I am a highly motivated and ambitious person with a 23-year proven track record in delivering major projects from inception through to post-implementation review. Having worked in HR all of my working life, I have a vast experience of all the elements in HR and have worked across multifunctional teams across 5 industries. There is not a lot that I haven't seen. Now, preparing these statements beforehand gives you an edge. And besides, These statements can be used for multiple questions just by amending them a bit here and there. Like in the questions we gave you before, you can answer with a statement to all by just making some changes. By having the career statement up your sleeve, you can use it when the time is right. Let's look at a few more examples. Question: what are your strengths? Reply: well, having worked in HR all of my working life, I have a vast experience of all the elements in HR and have worked across multifunctional teams across 5 industries. There's not a lot that I haven't seen. One particular strength of mine is that I'm able to relate to people at all levels. I've found this to be an essential skill over the years that I've had to master to become successful at what I do. This way you can optimally use your career statement to answer the question posed. This approach shows you in a good light, as you're not going about it in the conventional way with replies like, my strengths include X, Y, Z. You are conditioning the interviewer before you answer the question, and you're providing him or her with some further evidence of how good you are. The response sounds more professional as well. Let's take another example. Question: what kind of a manager are you? Reply: I would say that I am a highly motivated and ambitious manager with a 23-year proven track record in delivering major projects. I've found that my style of being firm but fair gets the results. Being highly motivated myself means that I'm able to motivate others easily. What you're doing here is using your career statement to lead into and actually answer the question that has been posed. Preparation goes a long way. Think of 3 different roles or positions that you would like to apply for, and for each one write down a career statement. Next, why should I select you? Along with a career statement, you need to have an answer to the following question. Please tell me, why should I select you? Now, an interviewer might not come straight out with that direct question, but somewhere down the line, you are really going to need to sum it up what you have to offer the company, and it pays to do so with endless amounts of waffle. Some call this your USP, unique selling proposition. The whole reasoning behind a USP is that you will be in competition with a number of candidates for the same role, and you need to stand out from the rest. The interviewer sees how you articulate your USP and other unconventional can you get other than the I'm a team player or I'm very punctual. What will make you stand out from the rest? What will make you so different? What is your uniqueness? Usually there are a number of candidates that will fit the specification for the job, perform well at the interview and be on the short list of 3 for the role. This is where you have to score in and stand out from the rest. Seeing as you are nearly all the same, it will be the uniqueness and the USP that will sell you to your prospective employee. Make a list of your USPs. What makes you unique? What will make you stand out from the rest of the candidates? I want you to write all of those down. Now, preparing your successors. Many a times when we come out of an interview, there are certain things we wish we'd said differently or rather hadn't mentioned at all. Preparation doesn't leave you dumbfounded or stammering at unexpected questions. The interview is your only platform to show the interviewer your worth and capability. This is where you show them how productive and successful you have been in the past, and your chance to convince them about how successful you can prove to be in the future. To have a smooth interview, think beforehand about the various successes you've had over the years, the key skills you can bring to the role and what you are good at. Another important point to remember is that the interviewer will only know what you tell them. They are not psychics. You can't expect them to assume how good you are, what you are good at, and all the things besides the ones mentioned in your CV that you have done. They will judge you based on what you portray yourself to them as. You have to tell them everything and assume that they know absolutely nothing about you. Preparation in advance is critical for this. Make a mental note of 5 to 20 key achievements, strengths, skills and attributes that you can call upon at will when the time is right. However, there is a certain approach you need to follow as you talk about your strengths. You need to frame the answer in a manner that it sounds sincere and genuine without making you look too conceited. Like, for example, you shouldn't just say, "I am very good with people." Instead, mention your strength and then back it up with evidence from your work experience. Being bashful in an interview hasn't helped anyone. So, in our example above, let's assume you're going for a HR job. I would say that one of my main strengths is that I am very good with people. Having worked in a HR department with over 50 people, I've had to work well in a team as well as on my own. And I've been in constant contact with employees every day, helping them out with their problems and providing support for them. Do you see how a simple question such as, "Tell me your strengths," can be used to your advantage? Let's look at the response again. I would say that one of my main strengths is that I am very good with people. Having worked in a HR department with over 50 people, I've had to work well in a team as well as on my own. And I have been in constant contact with employees every day, helping them out with their problems and providing support for them. Firstly, you have highlighted a strength, very good with people. Then you have given evidence that you have worked in HR before. And since you're going for a job in HR, this is a vital point to bring up, having worked in a HR department. You then pointed out that you've worked in a department with over 50 people. This means that you've worked in a large team and most likely with a lot of experienced people. After that, you've pointed out further strengths and attributes. I've had to work well in a team and as well as on my own. Means that you are a good team player and you have had to get on with other people, but at the same time, you can work on your own and get things done so that you are not dependent on others. I have been in constant contact with employees every day. Once again, evidence of working with others, especially employees. If you're going to have contact on a regular basis with employees in the role that you're going for, this will be a big plus point for you. Helping them out with their problems and providing support for them. This brings out the qualities of you being helpful and friendly with your employees, with all the help and guidance you provide them for issues. Use the following structure when answering questions like these. Start off by saying, one of my key strengths is that. Now mention your strength. In the past, I have. Link your strength to your past experience. Then, which means that. Give a benefit to your strength. For example, one of my key strengths is that I can deal with difficult people effectively. In the past, I have had to do this on numerous occasions when faced with difficult situations, when in my previous HR role, for example, when I helped with the redundancies or when workers were asked to take a pay cut. This means that I have the skills and knowledge of how to handle tough situations that come up from time to time in a HR department. Practice makes perfect. Now, list down 5 of your key strengths and back this up with the evidence. Use the model as just described. Start off by saying, one of my key strengths is that. State your strength. Then, in the past I have. Link your strength to what you've done in the past. Then, which means that. Give benefit to your strength. Now, repeat the same process 5 times and write down your 5 key strengths. One of my key strengths is that in the past I have, which means that. Next, make a list of 5 of your key skills and stress what you have done in the past and the benefits to the role that you are going for. Then write 5 key achievements in your working life and 5 key achievements outside of your work. Now, I hope this session gave you a lot to think and reconsider. So, good luck. And once you've done the work asked of you today, then tune in to part 4. And remember, if at any time you wish to download this course so that you may fill in the questions on the worksheet, then please go to selinastone.com under the heading e-courses. As always, until next time, be lucky.